All right, good morning, YouTube. We're going to let everyone get in here for a minute, but we're going to be just sitting on the charts, kind of waiting around for price to tell us a story. We've got some news coming out in about 4 minutes here, but we're not going to be trading for about like 15 minutes. Good morning, Luca. How are you doing today, brother? Mm, that's hot. Let's go here. Let's go to Forex Factory really quick while we're waiting for everyone, Luca. Some crazy session today during London. Many news today. I saw you put something in the chat. I didn't get too good of a chance to look at it yet. What were you trading on GJ? Let's take a look at GJ together. Around 3 a.m. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see that wick right there. It looks like price made a nice move up though afterwards. It doesn't look like it reacted off of any of our demands, but um, it made a 113 pip move up though in about 1 hour. That's insane. That's insane. It's good though. It's good to see the markets moving like that for sure. We're switching up the candle colors. I don't know if you noticed, but we're gonna switch it up. It is a new set of 20 trading days. The background's a little bit lighter. For the sake too, guys, I gotta show you guys this. This is pretty cool. While we're waiting for everyone to get in here, there's this thing called Opus Clip, and it literally makes these things for me. These shorts, like I literally plug in a video, but I have to have like my cam in the middle of the screen. But it makes it like this, and it does the words at the bottom, the chart in the middle. It's pretty cool. So hopefully we get some more short form content out like that. But when I do the live streams and the videos, it's a lot easier having my face in the middle, and it just happens to create the clips like in a cool way. So I'm gonna try that out for a little bit. But we got a new layout, basically blue and black candles, switching from orange, switch things up a little bit, give it a lighter background. Just kind of a fresh reset. We've got a new set of 20 trading days, guys. You guys can see I kind of cleaned up the journal here. I just did the first set of 20 trading days, and you guys can see we brought it from 9,382 to 10,533 with a 12% gain for the first trading month. And this is our second trading month together, guys. We're going to see if we can't get things to go up a bit. Guys, I've got a technical analysis entry execution too that I'm going to implement, which is going to just kind of keep things a little cleaner. Usually when I do my technical analysis, you guys see me drawing lines all over the chart. I want to just start out with drawing the two nearest ones. That way we can really keep focused on what we're doing and not try to get beyond price, right? So that's one implementation. Another one, we're checking FX Street for news from now on as well. So we can do that together, guys. Let's drag that over really quick. Forex Factory, 9:45, 10 a.m. We're not going to be taking any trades until after 10 a.m. today, guys. So we've got plenty of time to chill out. We're going to declare the word here in a minute. But let's just make sure there's nothing even more so after 10 a.m. Continue to cite. Set automatically. And we've got something at 11 a.m., but it looks like all this is probably going to be at 10 a.m. once it loads the time, which is weird that it's taking a minute to load the time. 9:45. And this one doesn't even have the orange folder at 10 a.m. That's the craziest thing, because now we look here, we got the orange folder. I guess we have to look at both every day. So we've got news at 9:45 and at 10. We're going to be looking to trade all of this volume reactively after 10. So we'll kind of start drawing on the lines and stuff in a little bit. We'll still do that, but we're not too worried about any of that just yet. Hey, Florian. Yeah, we've had a rough couple days. The last 2 days we've been down. Ultimately, taking 2 losses on the account to end off our first trading month. Live streaming this strategy. We're on to the second now, so we put a break in our journal. But yeah, we had 2 down days. It was a rough way to end it. We were up ultimately our high water mark for the month. We were up 16%, and we finished off at 12.26%. Still happy about it, but I feel like we could have done better yesterday. We're going to be a little bit more focused on the candle closes and being locked in for that, and then I'll just keep in touch with the chats in between. But it's going to, it's learning lessons, right? Even 3 years in, I'm learning lessons every single day. Like, I'm just looking forward to, because I really made up my mind that no matter how long this takes, I'm gonna do it for a while. I'm younger. I want to do it for 10, 20, however long I can do it for, however long it's around, right? So, like, I see even in the future, eventually, all currencies going into like euro and then the US dollar. I see these all being like digital even in the future and still being traded like this. But instead of it being like the US dollar physical dollar, it'd probably be like the US dollar coin or something like that, where they actually make their currencies digital. So I'm in this for the long run. 3 years in, I honestly expect to really be um, at a place now where we're starting to see some serious progress, but I feel like by year 5 we're going to be hitting like a really good streak. So the next two years are pretty important for me in this game. Yeah, that's true. I'm so excited about the time of the year that's coming up too with the election. Like, markets are definitely going to be moving a lot. I kind of started really around like when the last election was, and the markets were moving like crazy. So, um, going from starting during an election period in the winter when the markets are moving more, and then coming now, 3.5 years later, almost 4 years later, at that same time with a little bit more experience, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited about the last half of this year. But we're going to declare the word really quick, guys. We just want to continually remember and remind ourselves why we're doing this, who's behind us, and the ability is not coming from ourselves. We're continuing to learn. As I started trading, I prayed to God, and I said, teach me how to do this, because it's a low probability of someone making it in trading, right? The numbers aren't for you, and ultimately we try to do things on our own, and we can only get so far sometimes. So I just want to rely on God, as He's brought me this far already in this journey. So the one we always declare, guys, and it's so important because it's about remembering. I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to my forefathers. And then we'll do the other one, the blessings for obedience, Deuteronomy 28. The Lord shall command the blessing upon me in my storehouse and in all that I undertake. The Lord makes me to have a surplus of prosperity through the fruit of my body. He blesses me in the land which He gives me. Guys, I've shared it on here before, but it's called The Secret Power of Speaking God's Word, and it's by Joyce Meyer. But basically, she didn't write anything. It's just taking a bunch of scripture and putting them in like declaration form. And so, like, you just go to the table of contents, and it's got stuff for anxiety, stuff for finances, stuff for peace, stuff for depression. Like, it's got scriptures, and it basically puts them in like the form where you can speak them and like declare them over yourself. So it's super helpful, because sometimes like you go into the Word of God and you try to find verses for certain things going on in your life, but this kind of just brings you right to it. So it's on Amazon if anyone's interested, but that's what I've been reading out of. Hey Joshua. Yeah, Luca, we're playing the long game. I'm convinced that the only way you don't make it in trading is just not sticking around long enough. But the markets will test your ability to stick around. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to give up and tried to give up in just 3 years already. So we finally got to a place though where he said that's not an option. But we're gonna start drawing on the nearest supply and demand raise, or supply and demand lines. We could see that push came up over here. We're just gonna do the two nearest ones on that makes sense to us on every pair. This one actually just got broken through, so we're not going to do this one. We're going to see which one could be next. Ultimately, this is the lowest area of demand that we have right there. Until price goes lower, it hasn't been tapped yet. We'll just keep that on there. AUD USD. And guys, I feel like in my analysis lately, I've been trying to do too much, trying to explain too much. And ultimately, what's made us money, believe it or not, is staying consistent with the way these supply and demand lines work out and just drawing on the two nearest ones. So that's kind of our technical analysis execution these days. I would say all of that got broken through except this down here now. This very bottom demand. I'm going to draw that over. It's getting tapped into right now, but of course we've got an orange folder at 10 a.m. guys, so we're not too interested in getting in anything right now. Let's see what price is playing off of here. This is US CAD, guys. US CAD, I took a look at, since it was the last, let's draw up a little bit more. Since it was the last day of the trading month for us yesterday, I took a look at what pairs were the most profitable. And honestly, because I was like, I think it's a good idea to evaluate which pairs you're making money off of. I think we made the most money off US dollar, Swiss franc. In US CAD, we made the least amount of money on, but we made money on every pair that we were trading last month, and we traded all four. So it was pretty cool to see that. Honestly, I was about to cut US CAD though. But US CAD still made us like 1%, maybe 1.7% last month. US franc's just wicking right now. Let's see. Okay, well, honestly, price is already hitting that. Let's draw a little bit above it. See what we can't hit next. Most recent push up there, supply. We'll keep that as our demand. Okay, we're happy about US franc right here. A little bit wider of a range, but that's okay. That's what we want right now. Same thing with US CAD. A little bit wider of a range, but that's okay. We'll keep it right there. That's what we want. See if the news can't come and play into anything. This is getting tapped into over here. Let's just take a look at where it could go next and fall into. If price wants to break past there, that would be a great play off of there. This has already gotten hit, and it's not exactly turning. We're not going to keep that on because we don't want to take something that's already been hit, right? That would have ideally been our entry, but we're waiting for some news to play out. And we're going to be a little bit more locked in this time around. Euro US dollar is breaking lower. So let's see if price wants to clear all of this. Where could it go next? This is some valid demand down here. It hasn't been wiped out, but ideally, honestly, we'll keep that there. It's already been taken. We're just trying to figure out the two nearest points of interest on every pair. This got wiped out, but honestly, price reacted pretty strong off there. We're gonna keep that as an area of interest. So Euro US dollar, guys, our 2 points of interest right now are at 11.33 and at 11.02, about a 30 pip range. And then AUD USD 67.30 and 67.07. US CAD right here. We've got pretty clean charts right now. You see how now we've just got the two nearest points of interest. Gonna be a lot better to work like this. And now we've got 5 minutes until news comes out, and we're just gonna kind of sit on our hands and wait, because the first trade we'll take won't be until at least 10:05. If there is any setup, we're gonna see if price can't just fall into something. Let me do this. How's your guys' trading day going though? Have you guys gotten anything? Let's see what the US dollar did for that red folder. Okay, PMI. The flash manufacturing PMI, a little weak for the dollar, but the flash services PMI came out a little strong for the dollar, and it looks like that's kind of what's reflecting in the market right now, dollar strength. We can see euros dropping, AUD USD is dropping, US CAD's going up, and US dollar Swiss franc is going up. So we're seeing dollar strength in the market, but the data is a little bit mixed. But the flash services is clearly trumping the manufacturing. Hey Florian, you said you trade gold. What broker do you trade with again? I forget. I feel like you said it, but I forget, and I was just curious. Okay, we're gonna move next point of entry to there, just to stay consistent. Move that down some. No, I don't. I don't know knockouts. Got 2.5 minutes till this news comes out, guys. It's just some orange folder. I don't expect anything crazy to happen, but we saw what happened yesterday on some orange folder. Forex Factory just did us wrong. I don't know if you saw Florian too, but oh, certificates. Got you. Okay. Yeah, I know I haven't had any experience with that, but I know about it some from some studying. But forexfactory.com yesterday kind of screwed us over. They didn't put on that 10 a.m. folder, the non-farm revisions. So we were in a trade when we definitely didn't want to be. Okay. Minute 16. Yeah, I'll show you really quick. I will show you really quick. So if you look at yesterday, 10:30 a.m. is the only thing it showed on here. Orange folder and then red folder at 2 p.m. for the FOMC minutes. But if you look, someone in the chat, I think it was MK, told us to look at the, let's go back in time. Okay. Yeah, so right here, the no, where is it? 10 a.m. Non-farm payrolls benchmark revision, medium impact news, which it would be good to see on here as an orange folder, but they didn't have it on there at all. And so we were in the trade, and we weren't, probably as focused as we needed to be because we could have taken off some risk, but they definitely got us with that one. But we would have lost the trade regardless, but we would have probably not been in the trade and would have been able to take off some risk had we known that that was coming out at that time. Let's see what's going on now though. Let's see actually what the folder came out as, and then we've got about 5 minutes and then we can start trading. It came out higher than the forecast, greater, so even more so good for the dollar. So this is just going to continue to support dollar strength. Let's see what if we can't get any setups. I didn't enter at that time. We were in maybe 5 minutes before then, but it just wiped us out. And so our trade pushed a little bit in our favor for 5 minutes, and usually when candles push for us, I lock in behind candle, like the market structure of that candle, the lower high, and I was honestly, it was on me because I still probably had about 5 seconds to do it, and I wasn't focused on the candle closing. I was reading the chat, and regardless though, the thing just came out and went straight to our full stop. Didn't hesitate. I was like, no way. So AUD USD needed to fall a little bit further before we're interested in anything. I guess, let me see. Price is creating a new block right here. We could see price go lower. We see trades like that all the time where price will just form a block, tap it, and then go lower. And guys, honestly, a lot of the times when we see, like, you guys can see it happen right up here, right? Price, when it started going down, created some supply, pulled down just barely past it, came back into it, dropped further. It does that sometimes, and then ultimately, like later on, it might come back up into it and then drop again. But sometimes it just does a quick reaction off of it immediately after it's formed. You could see it's forming some right here. You could see it right here, even with this one, right? So it formed this, pushed up, candle immediately after, reacted, continued higher. It's in the details. Yeah, Euro USD. Let's go to it. Let's go to Euro USD. We got Euro USD at these 2 points right now. You're bullish on AUD USD? Yeah, honestly, the price could clear this low, tap into this demand. We could see a nice move up. Okay, let's go to the daily. Yeah, daily has been doing nothing but going up. You think it'll get to the high? Yeah, so it could go up another 90 pips. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is. US CAD could be coming up to our area of interest where we saw a strong reaction off of before. Could be the first sign of the dollar switching directions, even just for a brief period of time. So US CAD is the closest thing to giving us any type of entry right now, so let's focus on that as we come to the candle close here in 30 seconds. Alright guys, no entries yet, but looks like US CAD is pushing a little bit higher. I do like shorts off of this this line right here at 0.36088. We'll see if it holds and reacts off of it. If not, though, it's not. I don't think we have potential for shorts until a little bit higher. But this could be a good setup here if it wants to play out. Let me pull it down a little bit, that way you guys can see. Let's go to our other pairs, US dollar, Swiss franc. Really nothing I'm interested in until a little bit higher. Yeah, for sure, because all this kind of got blown through. AUD USD dropping down, like we just said, Florian, it could fall into this demand, react nicely, and then we could honestly have a phenomenal risk to reward, especially with it grabbing those lows, grabbing that liquidity and going higher. Let's look at Euro. If Euro wants to make it to these lows, we could see a nice reaction off of there to continue with the volume. Of course, we won't have the potential for as big of a move, but it would still be nice. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Let's see, US CAD's got to be playing in that area now. Yeah, it definitely is. US CAD could flip first unless it just keeps going through. But we've got a lot of potential setups coming up. US CAD is the first thing reacting. We've got 3 minutes though before we make any decision. US dollar, Swiss franc looks like it's the only one, and Euro US dollar look like the only ones not near an area of interest right now. AUD US dollar could be the best trade here, honestly. We see a clean break of this low right here, and now falling into some demand. It is tapping into it, but is it going to hold it? We don't know. US CAD is a little bit stronger and holding above it right now, so ideally we don't even want to see that, but we'll see if price wants to pull back enough. AUD US dollar might be our best trade right now. We'll keep our eyes on it, and let's just look to the left really quick too. If price decides to fall through it, where the next potential area of reaction could be. That's not all that great though. I'd say maybe right there. EU's coming down there as well, you're right. US dollar, Swiss franc is the only one we're seeing a little bit of a turn on the dollar with right now. US CAD, where's the next area of interest? We just want to have it ready because price is breaking through some. It's breaking through not just some, a lot. Alright guys, we've got 50 seconds. It looks like none of our pairs are holding anything right now. But who knows, if price wants to pull back and react right now off of one of these, it would ideally be a good entry. US CAD looks like it's the furthest from giving us what we want. AUD USD as well. And Euro looks like it's getting there, guys. Honestly, we could take buys off of Euro if price wants to tap it and react off of it. See if AUD USD wants to pull back. If US CAD wants to pull back. Alright, AUD USD, we're going to keep our eyes on here. Guys, no reaction right now. No reaction. Price could turn up, but who knows. We'll keep our next area probably right here, actually. We'll keep it right here. US CAD didn't pull back under. We can delete this. Our next area of interest is way up here for US CAD, so shorts could be taken up here. Euro US dollar, it's close to where we would want to buy at. It's close for sure. And then US franc, it's probably still nothing going on that we're interested in, at least. All right, we've got some time to wait now, and we'll just kind of let price evolve. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow too, guys, with the um I think Powell's speaking at 10 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, he is, and then the new home sales at 10 a.m. as well. Oh, Euro's probably getting it's not dropping like AU. Let's see. Yeah, the demand line is way to the left over here on the very bottom of this push, the opening price of this candle that created this push at it's the 11:25 a.m. candle on August 20th. Of course, of course. I actually do like that candle too for price to react off of. It could be a perfect place of turn, but hopefully it gets there before it turns. No, I don't. I don't know how Florian. Do you recognize me? U.S. Frank's not the move. Guys, nothing yet. We got about a minute left though. We'll move this right here if we're going to take any re-entries off of US CAD going up, but it looks like sells would happen before buys. AUD USD is just not giving it to us. Same thing with Euro. So we'll see in the next 30 seconds if it wants to drop down and tap into that demand or not. Got about 20 seconds left though. We'll look at everything else one more time. Alright, Euro could tap into it in the next 14 seconds here. But it did not. So now we wait again. It looked like AUD USD was dropping some on that last candle. Yeah, it is. Could be just falling a little bit lower before we want to see it turn, and coming out at round number right now it's 0.67 flat. It could be an area of reaction just without that demand line even being there. Oh, did it? Did it get? That's funny. That's too funny. That's awesome, Florian. I'm glad to have you in here though. It's good. We're you stick around long enough, we'll make it to the 1 mil mark from this 10K now in 2 to 4 years. That's the goal. Florian, we've got to do a podcast. We got to do a podcast. I'm just kidding, but we could honestly could. I'm sure we'd have I'm sure we'd have a lot of good things to talk about. That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be great. Euro's pushing up now, AUD's pushing up. Prices are starting to turn some. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe it's something we could do in the next month or two. That would be great. That really would be great. I kind of said it just like thinking out loud, but that would be great. If price is flipping here, we could see a clean flip on US CAD, like a nice internal flip touching the supply, dropping. Um, it's kind of moving sideways on US franc. And same thing with these other pairs, right? Except not really Euro US dollar because that's a bullish candle down at the bottom. But potentially with AUD USD, if price wants to push above it enough, we could have price give us a nice clean flip, seeing price push up and then on the next candle holding and then ultimately going up further. I don't know how it drew on like that, but US CAD, we're seeing some selling pressure. It could blow right through that flip and then ultimately tap into where we wanted it to begin with, giving a nice fake out and then a reaction, but we'll see. Nothing looks like it's setting up though the way we had originally intended, so we're gonna see if we can't make some adjustments on this these candle closes. Price has not been setting up the way it has been the last 4 weeks for us. Usually it's been setting up like right once we're um right like at that 10 a.m. hour. Usually we see nice clean setups and we just haven't been seeing that lately. We got 24 seconds, guys. It doesn't look like anything is playing out right now. It looks like it's faking everyone out on this candle still on US CAD even. Got 4 seconds. Let's go here just in case. Alright, we will continue to wait. We will continue to wait, guys. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I 100% agree with that. Hey, Florian, let's see if we can't get these Australian US dollar buys now. We could see a nice flow of price up from 0.67 if we got a nice clean reaction and hold right here. Guys, it's crazy. The YouTube channel's at about almost 2,000 subs. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's growing pretty quick. We've only been doing it for about 5 months. Oh, you guys see this too? We got some time to kill right now. I changed this. I had some like, oh, you guys can't really see it because my thing's in the way. Let me move my thing. Um, I had some like crazy background here like the other day. It was like way too bright. But I'm trying to like clean up the channel some because YouTube's weird. It has like, it honestly doesn't even matter what's in your video. YouTube just cares about like the cover and the title and all of that. Like you could put anything inside of the video. YouTube really only just cares if you if you if you have a good title and a good thumbnail on it. My goal is just to try to get as many people in the live streams as we can because it helps to engage with everyone. So I appreciate like you guys getting on here and chatting with me because it does help keep me locked in. It keeps me accountable too. Honestly, that one guy, Florian, I don't know if you've heard of him. We talked about him the other day on the stream. Um, yeah, it does seem like a strong move for sure. It looks like everything's getting close to setting up. We'll keep a little focused here in a minute. Euro's breaking past though. If it's going to break past, let's see where it can go really quick. While we're doing that though, we're talking about this guy Tom Haggard, and I think he's over in the UK somewhere or something. But the guy is just like he's a massive retail trader. Like he moves some serious weight in the markets, and he does it all live. And he says like he does it. It helps him. He said live trading keeps him accountable. He live trades every day, and the guy makes like 30% a month, like 300,000 a day, like, or maybe not that much a day, but he makes some serious money. Trading CFDs over with a broker overseas. AUD is holding. US CAD is also holding. Euro is breaking through. US dollar Swiss franc is moving up. Clearing this high though right now. But yeah, we don't have any supply up until here. I mean, technically this whole thing's supply, but when I say supply, it's like supply on our terms, like with this system, right? When it comes to the supply and demand lines. US CAD's been doing nothing but going up. And we saw price fall all the way down here after that move. His name's Tom Haggard. Let me see what's gonna happen with these candles right here, and then I'll try to search him really quick. AUD, we got 49 seconds. Where could price fall into next? Price could be falling into all this demand right here. Let's mark that up just in case. Honestly, I feel like that would be better, but honestly, we might be getting the buys off AUD US dollar, which is what we liked from the very start. Euro US dollar coming down. US CAD's holding too, even though we're probably not taking US CAD. We're not taking US CAD. We like to see it holding. The only way we take US CAD is if AU doesn't hold for us. Yeah. We're gonna get in AUD USD here, guys, in a minute, 5 seconds. And this is gonna be our trade for the day. We're entering our buy. There we go. Stop loss is going to be 3.5, so we'll put it at 4.5. Alright guys, we are in AUD US dollar, 4.5 pip initial stop loss. Let me put that on there because the goal is to at least get now 2 pips above our initial stop, and we want to trail on the candle closes and all of that. We'll see how far we can take price up today. Getting that flip right here. We just want to make more than we're risking, so gonna focus on executing on candle close. Thanks, Florian. Thank you. Yeah, this is what we like to see. I love trading like this because, you know, even though we lose like quick some days, the way like the concept, this is there's this guy Oliver Velez. My dad showed me him, and he's been a day trader for 20, 30 years maybe. And he trades on the smaller time frames. He trades on the 2 minute time frame, and I think he trades indices or stocks, something like that. I don't. He might even trade forex. I think he trades it all, but he has a system where his entry, he puts his stop loss behind one candle, and he did this video, and it was about like the way it was like the breakthrough moment in his day trading. He said, the moment I stopped giving the market multiple candles, giving it so much room to create a loss for me, is when he started to see like real results. And like his idea was, if you can get an entry where you can put your stop loss behind one candle, you can, he said basically you can be profitable on accident, right? He's like, because by the fact of pure probabilities, sometimes the market will give you two candles, sometimes it'll give you three, sometimes you might get 12 on accident. He's like, and then on top of that, if you have an edge for why you're getting behind a certain candle, he's like, you're bound to grow the account, even if you like eventually, even if you have like some down days or something like that, or catch, you know, some losses in a row. Yeah, let me try to find it again because I watched it and didn't save it anywhere, but I'm sure I can find it again. The guy is fun to watch too. He's a character, but I love him. He's always got his sunglasses on. He's always got his sunglasses on. Guys, the way we're gonna do this though is we'll lock in on this candle close, taking off some risk right here. We'll Yeah, we're not taking off all our risk, but we'll move our stop loss 1 pip below the low of this candle as price pushes for us. As you see, like when you get a nice flow of price, guys, we can look at the exact opposite right now. Let me take this right here. As price goes lower, you see that it's respecting the highs of the down candles. I wouldn't put it above the blue candle, but you see that it's a good way to protect your risk. And you see now this high got broken here, and now it's like we don't know what price, or people selling aren't sure it's going to continue dropping like that because it's created a disturbance in the market structure of the candles. When people talk about like swing highs and swing lows, uh, they often don't talk about how actually like each candle has a range, right? Like there's a high, a low, an open, a close. And so like that high and low is like the swing range of that candle. And so it creates like this small market structure within the actual candle. So I'm going to show you guys, we got 30 seconds here. This is what we should have done yesterday, but we were talking the whole time and we ended up taking a full loss. As our time comes here, we've got 30 seconds. We should be moving it to here just to see the low of that candle's at negative 0.4, and then having it at negative 1.4. We don't want to see price go down from here after this reaction. We want to see it respect the low of this blue candle. And so with that being said, we're going to lock in, going to shave off about 75% of our risk right now, and whatever happens happens. We've taken off a lot of risk, and hopefully we can get up above a 4.5 pip profit to lock in for the day. Right, we ideally want to get 2 pips more because of commissions and stuff, so we're just going to let price go up and trail accordingly, and whatever happens happens. I'm gonna show you that one guy, Tom Haggard, though, right now. I think he's got a YouTube channel. I read his book. His book's called The Best Loser Wins. Oh yeah, and then his YouTube. I'll try to not take away from the charts too long right here, but it's Trader Tom. This guy's a real, like, he is a real day trader. Like, he is making some serious money day trading, and he's doing it all live. But the best loser wins. I would say even I liked it better than trading in the zone, and that's like one of the most popular trading books, Trading in the Zone. I liked it better than trading in the zone. And then let me find the other guy, Oliver. I'll show you guys him too. He's fun to watch, but he's got a lot of good insight. When you come across like a real trader, it's like it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, right? Like this guy's been doing it forever. This is Oliver Velez. The guy's pretty crazy on the way he executes on YouTube too, putting out his education. Hey Donna. Oh, thanks Luca. Yeah, the difference with me though is I'm not a multi-millionaire trader right now. Like the one thing that I think is cool about this channel though is like we're profitable, we're making progress, but we're still like a pretty small trader, like a pretty small fish in the pond. We don't have much capital. But like the cool thing about this channel and community is like I'm coming from a place where like I'm trying to do the journey like live and do it with you guys instead of trying to say follow me, I've made it. I'm just kind of trying to document, and like I want it to all be something we look back on one day and see like all the progress. We can go back and watch, you know, the videos and stuff and just kind of like I want to see like everyone who's on the journey like that sticks around the whole time to make it in like 2 4 years. We talked about doing meetups and stuff and like kind of making it together on the journey, you know what I mean? Like I think it's gonna be cool. Prices, we're seeing some buying pressure, which is good. I didn't know if price was gonna flip on us there. Yeah, initial stop loss of 4.5 pips. We want candle to close at 6.5 pips or more to lock in. Guys, so I've been telling you guys, and this is something we're going to do new this month. I forgot to say it, that I'm going to do new. You don't have to. But you guys know that usually when I'm ready to take full profits, I'll pull my stop loss aggressively and lock in profits. Well, like I'll put it like 1 or 2 pips from price. Every time I've done that, guys, the last month, probably out of like 12 times, I've lost it. Like it never worked out once. And I was doing the math, and I was like, it's a good concept to lock your stop loss in aggressively, but giving up 1 2 3 pips for every trade, like 12 trades in a row, that could have cost us like maybe 6 8% last month, just in small numbers. Like just it all adds up, right? So we're going to be taking full profits now. Once we're ready to take full profits, that way we can get those 2 1 pips because they'll add up, right? They'll definitely add up. We're going to trail below this one now, so it's at 0.3. We'll put it at negative 0.7. Yeah, that's 1 pip, right? We're on both sides of the zero right now. So we're going to put our stop loss at negative 0.7 pips to respect the low of this candle here. And we're going to let price continue higher for us. We want to see price continue higher. If this next candle closes at anything above 6.5 pips in profit, we'll go ahead and take full profits because we've made more than we're risking for the day, right? I'm trying to keep my execution to candle closes. I want to enter on candle closes. I want to move my stop on candle closes. I want to take profits on candle closes. That way we don't get caught in a lot of the noise in between, right? We're on the 5 minute candles. We're seeing like we don't have to wait too long to let price evolve, but it also lets the markets do what they need to too. The last month, I'm gonna be honest, I really do feel like I gave up a lot of profits by trying to do too much in between candle closes. I really do believe that. Yeah, we could. No, I'm gonna let it like. I'm not gonna close at 6.5 pips. I'm just saying at 6.5 pips we've made what we're risking, and so if price goes 15 pips here and closes up here, that's what we'll take. That's what we'll take. But we got 3.5 minutes. We'll see how much we can't get price to flow up for us. It's a beautiful entry though today. The last 2 days, like I honestly looked at the charts and it looked like none of the supply and demand lines were getting respected. So that's why I'm like really happy with doing one trade a day. While sometimes it does feel limiting, like I'm like, oh, we should, like this is just we wait like took 24 hours to wait for one setup that we lost in 30 seconds. That's stuff that like you just have to get over. You know what I mean? Because if supply and demand lines aren't getting respected that day, you could lose so much money. Like today, it's getting respected, right? The last 2 days, supply and demand lines have not been getting respected by any means. We got 2.5 minutes left, guys. We're gonna see how this candle closes for us. This is the first trading day, and guys, when I say trading month, it's like a trading month for us. Like I'm just kind of tracking month to month when it comes to every 20 trading days. But this is so the second set of 20 trading days. This is day one. Yeah, I could, but I don't. I think I'm gonna take, depending on where this candle closes, full profits on this candle. We've got 1 minute left. It looks like it's pushing higher for us. But guys, if you guys are trading alongside, execute. I always encourage entries and stop losses to be, um, pretty consistent. But like when it comes to entering on supply and demand lines and trailing your stop loss candle to candle on candle closes. But when it comes to taking profit, guys, that's probably the most discretionary part of this. It has to make sense to you. It's something that taking profits has been the hardest thing for me to really figure out and get comfortable with. And sometimes you leave money on the table, and sometimes you make great decisions. But it's hit or miss. It really is. It really is hit or miss. Guys, we got a good entry. We've made well over what we were risking today on our initial stop loss. Um, I'm going to I'm gonna close profits right here once this candle closes. And whatever happens after, it happens after, but we came and we did what we needed to do. Alright guys, we're out. We are out for the day. The account is back up some. That is good to see. It's good to see. W, yes, W. If you guys saw me get the pen out, I wrote down on the piece of paper, this is something new I'm going to try this month. And, ultimately, there's going to be days where price is going to just continue higher all day long, right? But there's going to be days where we get out and we made more than we were risking and price goes against us. And so I've tried to explain this concept a few times. Like swing trading, I love going for entire ranges. I trade like, honestly, once we get this account up to like 20K, what I'm gonna do is I'll put like 1K in a MetaTrader account with my broker. I've already got a MetaTrader account with my broker. I'll put like 1 or 2K in it, and we'll start getting back into the hang of swing trading. But I've got a really good understanding of higher time frame market structure, in which we'll push, we'll try to get massive moves and go to the top of a range or stuff like that. But when it comes to day trading like this, it's really it's like we really don't have. I'm trying to think of the way to say it. We don't really have like certainty that price is going to do anything. When I swing trade, like I have a pretty good idea of where price is going, right? When I day trade, since it's on the lower time frame, I just like to see where price is reacting off of, and if price can give me if it can give me a move, I like to take it. And so, um, I definitely lock in profits a lot more day trading, and I'm honestly a lot more profitable day trading. Swing trading's a lot slower for me, and it's hit or miss. Sometimes I catch massive moves, and sometimes you don't get anything for like a week or two. Um, but this was the move we made today, guys. Let's put our entry right here. Our initial stop loss was 4.5 pips, and then yeah, that's where we closed at the top of this candle. So a nice 1.82, probably a little less after commissions, but a nice add to the account. Um, Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, it could go higher. It could go lower. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you in here, Florian, but this is something I learned from a book by Annie Duke. Annie Duke is a professional poker player, and she explained this concept of resulting, or it's also called outcome bias. And the definition, I'll just read it, is when the quality of a decision is judged based on the outcome rather than the quality of the decision itself. And so it really has helped me mentally get past a lot of like what happens after I get out of a trade. And so the idea is if price goes like this right after we got out of this trade, um, like the world of outcome bias would say we made a bad decision, right? The truth is, though, the quality of the decision's based on the execution alone. It's not based on what it does after. Because if this is a bad decision to get out here, if price did that all day, and then let's say price did the exact opposite, it would have been a good decision for price to get out here. Well, we got out here regardless, so it's like that means that whatever price does after can't determine the quality of our decision. So whatever happens after we get out of a trade, whether price goes in our favor more, whether price goes against us, it can't affect the quality of our decision making. The decision was a good decision because the market gave us more than we were initially risking. This month we're going to try to exit on candle closes as the market's forming. And so according to what we came and said we were going to do, it was a good decision. Even if we lost the trade, even if stop loss got hit, let's say this first candle went straight to our stop loss, it would have been a good decision, right? It's not determined based on what actually happened. It's based on the execution, right? Super helpful. Super helpful. Yeah, it was from a poker player, this female poker player, Annie Duke. The book was called Thinking in Bets, and I read it on a trading website. Some guy like wrote an article, and he was talking about the book, and I was like, oh, I have to read that. I haven't played too much poker in the past, but I like poker, and I think there's a lot of concepts that correlate directly with trading. I think that there's nothing closer to trading than poker, probably. I might be wrong, but it's super interesting, and that knowledge definitely carried over into the markets. Yeah, I love reading books. It's like my favorite pastime. I read all the time. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna help your trading so much because if you stop having outcome bias, you'll be able to keep showing up every day and executing. And this is the key thing. You're not gonna try to change everything about your strategy when price goes up like this, because then you're gonna be like, oh, let me do something different tomorrow, and then tomorrow price goes like this, and then you lost a nice profit. See you, Luca. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining, brother. It's good to see you in here as always. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, Trade Cipher. I've read Trading in the Zone. It was one of the first trading books I've read. I absolutely love it. It's a phenomenal book. Mark Douglas, he did a great job with that one. He's definitely he definitely helps you see past some of the noise, right? He's one of the or that book was one of the ones that helped me really focus on execution instead of trying to make money and instead of worrying about all the other things. See you, Joshua. See you guys. I'm gonna, for those of you hanging in here, let's see, let's do our trading journal. Let me get the actual journal out. And let's see. Okay. This is where we're at. So this is the first day of the next 20 days, and we were on AUD USD. Took one setup, 3.27 lot. We're not at a high watermark, but we are back up a good amount, right? Because we did go down a little bit. We've made back a good amount of those losses the last 2 days, so that's good to see. Honestly, it's like, even though I don't break rules or don't get back in the market and revenge trade anymore, you still like I still get a little like irritated when I lose 2 days in a row. I'm like, dang, that sucks. Then you get in your head and it's like, is it is it all gonna stop working? You know, but I just remind myself that it just the numbers play out however they're gonna play out. Yeah, definitely. It was definitely an important win. We'll put a tally up here for this trading month too to see, because we need to make at least 10% or more for this month, and so we're already up over 2% now for sure. Yeah, 2.13%. So we stay consistent, and I think if we take profits like that and just try to get base hit after base hit after base hit, I really believe we could get like 20% for the month. Like, I really think we forfeited a lot of profits last month on the basis of getting in the middle of candles, trying to trail our stop aggressively. Like, we're going to be a little bit more systematic this month, and we're going to see how it plays out, right? I'm not in a rush. I'm going to just show up, take 20 trades over the next month, see how it works. This is going to be now the second set, so let's copy this right here, guys. This is the second set of 20 trades, 20 trading days, so the second trading month. Let's underline that. Starting balance is going to be 10,533. We'll keep the end balance blank because we don't have it yet, and so far the account is up 2.31%. So yeah, that's good to see. All right, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I appreciate you guys all joining for the stream today. Florian, we will do that podcast. We'll do that podcast and we'll put it on YouTube. It will be a good one. So let's stay in touch. If you're not in the Telegram, Florian, join the Telegram and then join the group chat. That way I can see you, and I can message you on there directly too. We could stay in touch. But the Telegram's in the video description. So, oh, you are already in it? Let me see. I haven't checked in a little bit. Let me just make sure before we get off the stream. Are you in the You're in the group chat too? Is your name on there, Flo? Just FLO? I'm gonna message you and tell me if you get it. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, let's stay in touch, brother. Just to make sure you got it, you said yes on Telegram, right? Okay, okay, yes, I see. uh, I didn't want, I thought it was, I thought I sent a message to someone saying hey, and they said, like, yes, like a question. Okay, cool. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.